Springtime is in the air in Houston, Texas. I am so excited. Also, sorry about my voice. I was in an epic karaoke battle yesterday. Just kidding. I'm recovering from an illness. But today I am finally starting on my backyard meadow. Now, in my last video, you guys saw me actually begin this process by sheet mulching the whole yard, covering the yard with leaves, and now it is time to actually add some plants because there is no way I can have my whole backyard covered in nothing but leaves for an entire growing season. So this is the task we are tackling today. But before we get into it, always remember, Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
All right, so step one is to chop up the leaves that you are going to plant over, which is right along the edge of the bed, just so they break down faster. All right, so the next step is to add some topsoil. So here are the $2.97 bags of topsoil that I purchased at Lowe's. This is just to give me a nice area and something to plant into. I also am gonna sow some seeds, so of course I need a top layer of topsoil and I need something for the roots to hold on and grab onto. The next part of this project is to add in a bunch of plants. So I am gonna sprinkle native wildflower seeds, but I did purchase some native plants to actually throw in. That way this area at least has some green immediately and does have a jump start. Now, when you go with buying plant plugs, it does cost a little more up front. It definitely is very cost efficient to intermingle seeds as well, but you will get that immediate pop of green, which is what I need. So let's get some of these plants in the earth. What up? So the first plant we're throwing in is gonna be this pink skullcap. It grows shorter, so it will go up in the front, at least in this little area of the bed. So pink skullcap is native to Mexico, and it has this low kind of mounding clump forming habit, which is perfect for the edge of beds. Just look at that, dude. So hence why I am throwing it in near the brick border so it can meander around, form a nice low ground cover with showy pink flowers that'll look fantabulous. It grows in zones 7 through 9 and doesn't require a lot of water. Now behind the skullcap, I'm gonna put in 2 of these tick seeds. Coreopsis uptick hybrids. They're not a stray species, so we'll see if they do attract wildlife, but they were cheap as hell at Home Depot. So I'm gonna throw these guys in right here. All right, so this uptick Coreopsis species, as I mentioned, is a hybrid, so it was developed by humans, by us, and it has a mounding growth habit, once again, getting about 12 to 14 inches tall, which is perfect. These guys were pretty root bound, so I had to make sure I untangled some of the roots, put them in, and man, did they look great. Hopefully they will attract some bees and pollinators, but whenever you have something that's a hybrid, sometimes the bees and butterflies view them a little bit differently. But stay tuned, I will keep you guys updated. They grow in zones 5 to 9 and love full sun. All right, so next up we have 2 primroses. We have a Missouri primrose, which is yellow, and then we have a showy primrose, which is pink. These are also called buttercups. I've had this dude in the yard back when I threw down seed. It probably would have cropped back up if I did not have to sheet mulch the whole thing due to the Bermuda grass infestation that I previously dug up. So let's get these 2 guys in the ground. Again, yellows and pinks. I like that combo. So I call it a little bit of a pink lemonade. So we're throwing in the Missouri primrose right now, and this dude pretty much grows along roadsides. It likes more of a rocky prairie environment, so it's low on water, which is absolutely stunning, and I hope to see some of the yellow flowers. It gets about 8 to 10 inches tall and grows in zones 4 through 8. Now I live in zone 9, so I'm gonna try and make it work. Now I don't even have to try with the buttercup or showy primrose because this dude grows everywhere around Houston where I reside, on roadsides, by railroad tracks, and even in this yard previously. So I can't wait to see it put out its pink flowers and start to spread as time goes by. All right, now behind it all, I'm gonna throw in this lance leaf Coreopsis, which is a straight species. So this one will definitely attract the pollinators and dogs, as you can see. So fitting the theme, the Coreopsis lanceolata requires full sun, low water. It is a native prairie plant and does attract pollinators. The leaves of it look super cool. It gets about 1 to 2 feet tall. It grows in zones 3 all the way to 9. And I'm telling you, my dog could not stay away from it, better yet me, anytime this plant is around a camera. All right, next up we have some snake herb which will be a white or purplish flower, and hopefully it fills in quite nicely in the frontal area. Now, snake herb is native to Texas and Oklahoma. It grows in zones 9 all the way to 11, and I got this plug for $2.99 as I got all of them at the Native Plant Nursery in Houston, Buchanan's. All right, now the last plant we're throwing in right now is gonna be this bee balm, which is gonna attract hella pollinators. It does get tall, so I'm gonna kind of bring it towards the back of this curve right here. So when I say this lemon bee balm gets tall, I'm talking 1 to about 3 feet. It is an annual, so we're gonna see how this guy does. It will bloom kind of towards the winter. It's in the mint family, and I'm just excited because evidently it thrives on neglect, which this area doesn't have a lot of nutrients in it right now. So hopefully it can be a species that grows, takes over, and benefits the bees and the birds. Let's get it, daddy. All right, now last but not least, I'm gonna throw in some Native American seed mix and some butterfly weed in some of the soil that doesn't have plants. So hopefully something will grow in this area from seed as well. So let's get to sprinkling. Now this is the best way to ball on a budget and cover a lawn with native plants, is to use some seed. Now this is a spring mix, which means planted in the spring and tings will pop up. So I did drizzle it with some water, and I can't wait for these seeds to germinate, and hopefully they will spread even more of their seeds, and this entire area can be a nice pocket prairie slash meadow, you dig? And all right guys, there you have it. We have the plants all in the ground. The weird house shadows are starting to intrude upon the beds and planting space. So I am gonna continue to do this as time goes on all throughout my entire backyard area. Here's just a brief shot of another meadow I did start and where it's at. So this was a year ago, and I started this meadow on the side of my house. I sprinkled a ton of seeds, and that is all. I did not plant any plugs, so whatever popped up and cropped up was what I was going to get. And basically now, an entire year later, things are finally starting to creep in and take over, and it looks absolutely lush. So yes, starting with the seed method does take time, but look at the vigorous growth I've got in only 1 single year. So yes, if you guys did find any enjoyment in this video, please be sure to smash that like button. Drop a comment down below with any advice, any plant suggestions. I'm gonna get a ton of ground covers. They were just sold out at the local Native Nursery, which was very unfortunate. And stay tuned because I will do more updates as time goes on and as I fully recover. But once again, always remember, Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
And until next time, I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Killing these songs, leaving a bloody life I roost to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.